Well, I was gonna go fishing tonight, but decided to sit down and make this video instead. I got a lot going on the last day or so. Yesterday morning, I went out fishing, and I wanted to get up early, try topwater. Getting to be that time of the year, so I got up. I was up at like 4:30, and I was like ready to go, and then I like snoozed around and screwed around and didn't get out quick enough, and then it was about 6 by the time I left the house. So sun was coming up. Sun was up. I think sunrise is right about 6. And got to where I was fishing and was very excited. I felt super confident, and this is what happened. So we got Mr. Turtle over here just doing his thing, eating this plant. Mr. Bullfrog over here just serenading us this morning. It's just like Jack Hanna's something or other out here. Let's hope I don't die going down this mud pit here. Guess I better jump. You mother of Did it break? It fucking broke. It fucking broke. I just broke my 6 weight in half. I just broke my 6 weight in half. Not at the ferrule. It just broke. For no frickin' reason at all. Oh, that's enough to ruin your morning right there. Oh, that's enough to ruin your whole day. Looks like we're gonna have to call Orvis. Yep. Broke my rod. 6 weight Orvis Recon. Just snapped. Just folded in half. I honestly still don't know what happened. I can only speculate that I like dinged it on something at some point and weakened the blank, and then it was, I made 3 casts, and the third one it just folded right over, and it sucks. It sucks. I don't know if I'm gonna include how much I'm gonna include of that moment or the minutes thereafter, but it sucks when you break a rod no matter what. It really sucks when you break a nice rod. That Recon, I think they retail for $598. So it just, like, my heart sank. Now, it's got Orvis's 25-year warranty, so I put it in the mail off to Orvis. Hopefully in 4 to 6 weeks I'll have a repaired rod or another rod, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it sucks. And I've been thinking a lot about fishing a 6 weight versus an 8 weight lately. I usually prefer to fish an 8 weight because sometimes I fish pretty big flies because we're going after big fish. And well, now I have to fish an 8 weight. So I went out last night, took an 8 weight, and ended up getting some fish on the popper, which was awesome. And one of them, I think, was probably the biggest smallmouth I've ever caught in my entire life. I caught a couple fish. Started out playing with a streamer. Caught a fish on that. I think it was a baby. And then I said, it's getting dark. Let's put a popper on. Light was getting low. I don't even know how the video quality is going to be of these clips because the light was getting pretty low. So I caught, I messed around for a while. I caught a fish on the popper. I was just stalking real slow, cast into places where I thought there should be fish. And then I made a long, just blind cast way up out in front of me, straight upstream. And usually when you have flies coming off, they're coming out of riffles. And this is just at the tail of a riffle where I imagine probably a little hole there. And I put the fly up there. And this was, it was probably a 60, 70 foot cast. So I could barely see the fly. There's a little white boogle bug, the popper is just a normal size. And at 60, 70 feet away, you probably can't see that in some situations. All I saw was a little slurp. And I set into that fish and said, oh, he's hefty. And then, it took me a minute or two to fight him, get him in. And I was very glad I had an 8 weight because I don't know how I would have fought that fish on a 6 weight. Here's that. Watch that. Enjoy. Pop him.
Booyah! Just a little. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, he's little. Well, maybe not that little. Come here. Yeah. Little guy likes the popper. All right, all right, all right. Settle down, bro. Nope. Simmer, simmer, simmer. Right at the top of the mouth. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Well, he's probably not a baby. Where are you? Come out. Where are you? Can't see you. Come up. Come on up. Oh, shoot. He's not small at all. I think we're going to net him. Oh, shoot. This is a good fish. I don't want to lose him, really. Running line. This dude is going crazy. Oh man, I do not want this fish to come off. This is a good fish. I want to chase him down the creek. Alright, come upstream, come upstream, come upstream. Come on, come on. That's better. No, bud, no. No, bud. Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, come on. Oh yeah, oh come on. I got you now. Yeah, you're going belly up, bud. This monster. Oh man, I do not want him breaking off right here.
All right, so you saw that. That was intense. Just a strong fish. I put him on the reel. I never put smallmouth on the reel. Like, you don't need to 99% of the time, but I just did not want to take any chances him getting loose. He almost swam into my running line at one point. I was trying to get that out of the way. He was just a big, strong fish. Like, probably the strongest smallmouth I've had on the end of my line in as long as I can remember. If it had been a month or two prior and pre-spawn, that fish would have been, I think, a record. It was huge. He would have been an absolute monster. But he was spawned out and relatively skinny. This next clip is me, like, I got the fish in and I'm like, I need to measure this fish, at least like in some way, so I have a point of reference of how big it actually is. And I don't look like an idiot saying, oh, I caught a big fish. So I'm trying to hold it up. I'm trying to hold the fish along my rod so I can take like a point of reference. And he stretched from the tip of my cork to the first guide. which is just about 23 inches. So not a small fish. Not a small fish by any means. If I had to guess, I have no idea how much he weighed. 4 or 5 pounds. I mean, he was thick. But again, if it had been a month or two ago, oh my gosh, it would have been an absolute monster of a fish. So this is me looking like an idiot trying to figure out how I'm going to measure this huge fish.
I'll try and do something to measure this dude because he's absolutely massive. There's a high clerk to the horse guide.
All right, so that was me acting like an idiot. I needed both of my hands free, so trying to hold the fish up against the blank of my rod, and I had the GoPro in my mouth, and I'm like breathing into it and snorting into it, and it was a disaster. But awesome fish. 23 inches. I was very pleased. I was very pleased, to say the least. So sometimes you break your rod in the morning and catch personal best smallmouth in the evening. Persistence, I guess. Like that rod, I had to use an 8-weight because I broke my 6-weight, and thank God I did. Well, thank God I had an 8-weight, because that fish would have kicked my butt if I was fishing a 6-weight. I use an Orvis Clearwater. I've been using that for a couple years now in an 8-weight, and it's like my kayak rod, my knockaround rod, largemouth, and it takes a lick and it keeps on ticking. Like I'm surprised I haven't broke, because I don't treat that rod very well. But that's a shout out for that series of rod. They are great rods for the money. I think they retail about $250, but they have a rod specialized for anything you can imagine in that series. They've got Czech nymphing rods, or Euro nymph rods, whatever you want to call them. Two-handers, switch and spay rods. They've got saltwater rods. They've got regular freshwater rods. I think they even have 6 pieces, but just anything you can imagine. And they're really nice rods. And they give you that Orvis warranty, 25 years, which, it can happen. Obviously, I did it today. And the cool part is you can smash your rod in a car door or step on it, and they'll still replace it for a nominal fee, $60. So I'm not an Orvis shill. I'm happy to fish rods from anyone, but at the moment I'm fishing mostly Orvis rods. I'm actually looking for a new 8-weight. I've been looking at the Reddington Predator. I've been looking at an 8-weight Orvis Recon, looking at some Sage rods. And for me, I say this all the time. It's usually about fly lines and reels, but used. It's just like cars. Like as soon as you drive them off the lot, they lose so much value. And fly rods are the same way. Maybe that car analogy is great in today's market, but fly rods lose their value. Like when I was looking at the old Orvis Helios 2, which retail for $1,000 when it was a new rod, and now you can get on eBay for half the price. $500 is still more than I want to pay for a fly rod. Fly rods it's crazy. It is crazy. Like if you can afford to spend $1,000, do it. But most of us cannot. I'd like to have more fly rods than one very nice fly rod. That's kind of where I'm at. But that's another story altogether. Maybe we'll do another video on that later. But hey, thanks for watching me run around like an idiot, break rods, and catch fish. I appreciate it.